Hello! So I was backing up my computer today and I remembered this article, which I can't for the life of me actually find a link to the article. So if you know the article I'm talking about, leave it in the comments below. But this article was discussing how there's this new push that we need to start doing of preserving our digital information and digital files. It's partially you need to make sure to back up your data. Like my computer crashed about 9 months ago and I hadn't backed it up to a hard drive yet, so I lost all the information that was on that computer. Luckily, a lot of it I had on an older computer and an older hard drive, but there was some video footage and some documents and stuff like that that I no longer had. So some of that, when the hard drive crashed, was just gone. There was no getting it back. So that's part of it, is needing to make sure to back up your media. But also it's talking about, as we're getting newer and newer technology, the older technology is going out of existence, but people still have information on old technology, and we're losing the machines that can read that technology, like a floppy disk. I actually have a couple somewhere around here that I keep meaning to find a computer that I can get the files off of, because they're stories I wrote when I was in middle school and high school, and I would just enjoy reading them again and going back, and maybe I'll actually get some inspiration from it or be able to rework it. But without a computer that has a floppy drive, that information is effectively lost, because I can't, read the ones and zeros that are printed or whatever. How do floppy disks work? On that floppy disk, it's kind of like, I know I just saw that Hank Green is offering a thumb drive with all of his music on it because so few people are getting laptops now that have CD drives on them or even have anything that uses a CD. And that's still a pretty new technology, but it's starting to go away because of all of the wireless and online stuff that you can just download music instead of having to go to a store and buy a physical CD. So I thought that it was a really interesting article, and it was, he was calling on a lot of big tech companies, mentioned a few libraries that are making sure to hold on to a couple machines of old technology, but also with that, even if they have these old machines, if they don't have somebody who has the knowledge and the experience to maintain these machines, then if one of them crashes, you still can't access that floppy disk. I can't access without a machine to access it. If the only copy of something is on one of these disks and you don't have any way of reading it, then that information gets lost, and it's stuff that the person writing the article was talking about. Our historians and anthropologists years and years from now, looking back, if they can't access that information, if they don't essentially have the Rosetta Stone of the technology to transfer it over, then there's going to be some stuff that's lost. And it's probably not going to be any big major stuff, but it's going to be a lot of the smaller things that you get a better idea of what the day-to-day life and the everyday life is. And that's something that doing vlogs, doing YouTube videos, you're getting a glimpse into my everyday life, but it's also not as personal as reading somebody's diary, where they're going to be completely honest, because I present myself in a certain way, I edit things out in these videos. It's a presentation, and as honest as I like to be on these, it's never going to be quite as honest as reading a digital personal journal that somebody keeps on their computer and doesn't share with anybody else. Moral of the story: back up your information, and if you can, make sure to transfer old media over to new media. I know that's something that my dad has been working on with a lot of family photos and some of their records, so that they can listen to some of their old music on their new sound system. I think that's a really, really good idea. Alright, thanks again for watching, and if you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!